I wanted to get your take, just straight up and down, as to whether you think you are contributing to short-term behavior or long-term behavior.
Well, I think that activists aren't all the same. There are many different types and many different kinds. And for my way of looking at it, over the years, one of the reasons I came is Andrew called me up and said, you know, they all talk about short-termists, and you've held all of these stocks so long, you ought to come and talk about it at the Deal Book. And I generally don't do this, but I made a list. You look at the companies that we bought over the years. I'm surprised myself about the long-termism that we do. So ACF, I own 31 years. I hate to admit that I have these stocks this long. 31 years. And then I looked at American Railcar Industries, 23 years. Federal Mogul, PSC Metals, 17 years. Federal Mogul, 14 years. Viscase, 14 years. Exo, 14 years. Vector, 13 years. American Casino, 11 years. National Energy, 11 years. West Point, 11. And it goes on and on. We, and many activists, are not short-term oriented. I can't say all of them are. It depends. I mean, if you have partnerships and people want to get returns, I guess you have to be somewhat short-term oriented. But the real money that I made over the years is holding companies for 7, 8, 9 years and keeping them. I've looked back. We bought casinos, and you got to buy them when nobody wants them, really. I mean, that's the real secret. You buy things. It sounds very simple, but it's very hard to do. When everybody hates it, you buy them. And then when everybody wants them, you sell it to them. And that's what we do. And we go in and we clean up a company. There are many companies in the country that are very well run, but many are terribly run. And you don't have corporate democracy. You still don't. So you have people that run companies that aren't bad people, but shouldn't be running the companies. They're way over their heads. Or they have different agendas. So if you think about it, this is corporate America. If your uncle left you a vineyard, a beautiful vineyard, beautiful apple orchards, beautiful farm. They left you the vineyard, say, congratulations, that's great. You're going to be on the vineyard, you're going to enjoy yourself, have all this money rolling in. And then 8 months later, you see your friend, I see Andrew. I said, what happened? How you doing? Terrible, terrible. I said, well, what's the matter? He said, oh, the vineyard's okay, it's nice, but the manager, the guy that manages it, he plays golf all day. He has a plane that he rents for himself and his parties for his girlfriends, and he really doesn't do any work, and he sells little pieces here and there, and he won't give me any money. I said, what are you, crazy? Get the police and kick him off. But that's corporate America for a lot of it. You go to corporations, and this is how they act, and they believe that they own these companies, and they don't really care. And the reason I made so much money over the years is that you hold these people accountable. And it's amazing. And some of these boards are good. You know, the boards are usually buddies with the CEO, but a lot of them listen to us after you get there for a year or two. And the reasons we make all this money, not I'm a brilliant stock picker. I don't think anybody is. I think that we get in, we find that there's problems, and it doesn't always work. And it doesn't work you have to wait many years at times. But the problem with our country, and I think we're going to pay a price for it sooner than we think, is that many of our companies are not run well. Now, that is not to say that many of the companies we own don't have good managers, and that there are many other good managers and good boards around. But if you ask me the future and what we think here, that we're walking into a minefield with what's going on with the Fed.